Good morning and welcome to another episode of the Indiginerd Project. My name is Jim Ruel. I'm your host. Got a great episode lined up for you today. We're going to be talking about horse meat over in Europe. That's still going on. A couple really cool blogs I stumbled upon. One is about a dad whose son is always crying, so he take pictures of that and posts it on his blog. Another one is about a professor and what they deal with on a day-to-day basis. The National Spelling Bee has made a major rule change. Some Americans took a boat over to Cuba to get away. And of course, got to talk about a movie sequel. We're going to make a sequel to the sci-fi thriller Independence Day with Will Smith. Really? Independence Day. People are clamoring around for another one of those. Well, I did see Attack of the Clones, so who am I to judge? So that would make this the sci-fi equivalent of the War of 1812. Actor Bill Pullman has signed on to reprise his role as Lone Star. Will Smith has of yet not signed on for this. He's apparently too busy working on the sequel to I Am Legend. This time it's werewolves and this time I ain't playing. From where we left off in the last story, the aliens go and regroup. They update their Norton utilities and clean out the virus. They come back to wreak more havoc on Earth until the NRA and Anonymous team up and kick their butts. And also this time the aliens get infected by a zombie virus, so it's really bringing everything in. Zombies and aliens, must see. Horse meat's back on the menu, boys. It was reported in England that apparently 50 tons of beef is being recalled after it's been tainted with horse meat. And who doesn't love horse taint? Some people probably got high, some mistakes were made, so get off your high horse and stop judging. The tainted meat has been found in everything from frozen lasagna to IKEA's Swedish meatballs. So in case you're wondering what's in those meatballs, now we know. Apparently we love horses a lot more than we love cows. We'd much rather eat cows than horses. Can't you love horses in more ways than one? I mean, I love them. They're a great source of transportation and they make good steaks. Maybe I don't get it because I don't ride horses. You know, I don't have that special connection when I wear spurs and dig it in their sides and yank back on the rein that's jammed in their mouth. On the other hand, you horse whisperers wouldn't be so upset if you've had horse baby back ribs. I guess I'm saying I'm not impressed. Call me when they find human remains in the meat. Looked up the Wikipedia page in horse meat. Factoid number 1, the older the horse, the better the meat. It's the opposite of cows. Factoid number 2, the top 8 horse-consuming countries consume 4.7 million horses annually. Well, apparently in those countries, they have a problem because their horse meat is being contaminated by cow meat, and that can lead to heart disease. Kind of scary. Fun factoid number 3, in 732 AD, the Pope Gregory III made a concerted effort to stop the eating of horse meat used in pagan rituals. So, if you're not Catholic, it's probably okay. And don't get me started on dog meat. That's not my tribe. Professor-anonymous.tumblr.com. This is an enjoyable little blog if you need help killing 15 minutes out of your busy schedule. Takes a quick snapshot of crap that can happen on a daily basis as a professor. Got some nice memes, got some good animated GIFs. I got the link down below, so check that out. Oh, that's not enough for you? Reasons my son is crying.tumblr.com. This dad is taking a nice humorous look at his son who apparently cries all the time no matter what happens. Takes pictures of his son crying and then explains underneath what the reason was for the crying. I don't know if Reasons My Son Cries is such a great blog if you got social services coming after you. How do we know those are the reasons he's crying? Maybe just put those in there. This kid just watched The Phantom Menace and see, it's that bad. Made the kid cry. The first Harry Potter movie, which was incredibly lifeless and devoid of charm that the books have. Also, he saw Cinema Paradiso, which is just a sad movie. I don't know why he'd show that movie to kids. I have my own version of this blog that I'm going to start. Reasons My Mom is Crying. Every time I look at my phone and see, I'm like, oh great, who died this time? You have to like emotionally brace yourself. This is why it's illegal to take phone calls from your mom when you're driving. It's just not safe. This just in, Scripps has decided to change the rules of the spelling bee. They're adding vocabulary to the contest. So in the preliminary rounds, these kids take a computer test, and it also includes the vocabulary. You gotta know how to spell the word and what it means. And the vocabulary part counts for 50% of their score before they go on to the semis and the finals that you see televised. These kids are already psychotic for memorizing all these words. Now you want them to memorize the definitions on top of that? That's just mean. And they're giving them not even 3 months advance notice. This is happening in May. These kids are gonna be just strung out on coffee by the time we get to this competition. Why don't you wait until, I don't know, June, when they might have almost an entire year to prepare for the new rule change? Nah, let's just bust it out right beforehand. So I went to the National Spelling Bee website to see exactly what's going on here. And on the front page, they have tips for marketing your own spelling bees in your school. They're suggesting having an after-school study group, mini fun bees. Not sure what that means. Here, you gotta spell 3 words. Okay, we're done. They do face painting where you paint the bees on the kids' faces. See, isn't this fun? Now, let's stare at the dictionary for 10 hours a day for 8 months. These are hardcore nerds. I don't think making cookies shaped out of obscure words is really going to tip the scale. These kids are nerds already. Just put something in front of them that their nerd brains can digest. And if it happens to be spelling bee, yeah, they're going to run with it. That's wonderful. You went to the National Spelling Bee as a kid. No, I don't want to play Scrabble. Here's my favorite one. You can go to other school events and promote the spelling bee, like a basketball tournament. I competed in Latin conventions when I was in high school, and I didn't go to the basketball tournament or the football games and wear my little medals and talk about, I didn't want to get beat up. These marketing tips are adorable, but the fact is these little nerd kids are pushing themselves in the spelling bee so hard because deep down they want to beat the snot out of the other little nerd kids in their own shy, quiet, little nerdy way. And we do like the attention, although we might freak out and pass out under the bright lights. A few days ago, a couple and their 2 sons fled the United States for Cuba. That's how bad our economy is. And Cuba's threatening to send them back. Please don't send us your tired and poor huddled masses. A couple apparently kidnapped their own kids. How the hell do you kidnap your own kids? That's like taking your wallet out of one pocket and putting it in your other pocket and getting arrested for grand larceny. And then I stole my own identity. Apparently the father had lost custody of the kids from drug dealing or doing drugs or something. And now he wants to show that he's turned his life around by kidnapping the kids and fleeing the country. So well planned out. It's like the sequel to the Bay of Pigs invasion. Or is it the sequel to Alien Gonzalez? Yeah, let's not bring that up. And that wraps up this edition of the Indiginerd Project. My name is Jim Ruel, and I am out of here.